Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap. Link down below here on YouTube, you will find the market snapshot that goes over the latest inventory levels for the Hudson County real estate market as far as available properties, under contract properties in the past 30 days, the absorption rate, the pace at which each market is selling, and the year-to-date sold properties. So that's linked down below here on YouTube, and it also shows the week-over-week differences, and that's updates every week. I'll update that. The link is down below. You can download the PDF. Also linked down below is an article from Jersey Digs. It looks like they have revealed renderings of a 54-story mixed-use tower in Journal Square. And this is next to the Lowe's Theater in Journal Square, not far from the Journal Square PATH station. So it looks like the building is going to look something like this. Here's the Lowe's Theater, that's a historic theater that's currently under, I believe it's going through renovations right now. But this is right on Kennedy Boulevard, 2873 Kennedy Boulevard is the address. So if I just zoom right out, you'll see over here, obviously on the right side is Manhattan, left side downtown Jersey City, and then Journal Square just west of downtown Jersey City. And we have the Lowe's Theater here on Kennedy Boulevard. And then the site that is being developed is this corner piece of property right next to the theater. And it looks like they're going to put a 54-story tower there with a supermarket on the ground level. And it looks like this is going to be apartments, rental apartments, over 800 of them. Let me see here, 824 rental apartments. So right now they've been building a lot in Journal Square. You can see here from Google Earth, there's about 4 towers that Google Earth is showing. There's more now, though. They built about another 2 in the last year or so. So there's going to be a lot of future development coming to this area. Right behind the Lowe's Theater, this parking deck was purchased several years ago, and I believe they're going to put 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 towers back here off of Magnolia and Pavonia Avenue. So that's going to be coming in the future as well. So a lot of development coming in the future to Journal Square. But this article will be linked down below. You can check it out from Jersey Digs. Looking at the market in the past week, there have been 124 properties that have offers accepted on them, meaning they have gone under contract. They have not formally closed yet, but 124 properties under contract. Last week, it was 81, so up significantly from last week. These properties had an average asking price of $844,000 and the median list price of $750,000. Last week, it was $886,000 and for the average, and $778,000 for the median. So prices down slightly from last week, but the sales are up significantly to 124 pending properties week over week. So looking at the properties that have actually sold and closed, 156 Lydia Drive. This is in Bulls Ferry in West New York and Guttenberg. You have 156 Lydia Drive. List price was $889,900. It sold for $900,000, 9 days on the market. This is a 2-bed, 2.5-bath, 1,482 square foot duplex. Also came with parking for 2 cars. As I mentioned in the past, Bulls Ferry and Jacobs Ferry, built on the border of West New York and Guttenberg. This is in the Guttenberg side of the community. I would say about 30% of the community is on the Guttenberg side. About 70% of the complex is in the West New York side. This is on the in the Guttenberg side. You would not know the difference between the 2 areas. It's one continuous community. The complex has 2 outdoor pools, children's playground. The New York Waterway shuttle passes through the community that takes you to the New York Waterway ferry. And that's free. It runs with the ferry schedule. And in this property here, you have a 1,400 square foot duplex. Let's check out some of the interior photos. It looks like this unit was updated with newer flooring, newer kitchen. There's around 10 or so different layouts in the community, ranging from 2, 3, 4 bedrooms. I believe there's even 5-bedroom homes. Most of the properties are 2 or 3 or 4 levels, and this is a 2-level unit. And this is sold over at Bulls Ferry for $900,000. In Hoboken, you had 829 Washington Street, unit number 8. This building is very recognizable in Hoboken. It's on the corner of 9th and Washington. It's a former school. It was developed into condominiums in the early 2000s. And here you have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,367 square foot unit on the 3rd floor, unit number 8. List price was $1,224,999, and it sold over asking for $1,335,000. 12 days in the market. Looks like it was a cash purchase. Also came with parking for 1 car. So this is a elevator building. Has parking on site. The parking is actually under the building. And I believe when it was developed, it won a lot of architectural awards because they preserved the historic details of the former school that was there with the arched windows. Amenity-wise, it does not have like a lot of amenities like a gym or a doorman. It's a smaller, more boutique building, but it did sell significantly over the asking price. And this sold at 829 Washington for $1,335,000, over $100,000 over asking, 12 days on the market. Also in Hoboken, 904 Jefferson Street. This is in the northwest corner of Hoboken. 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,151 square feet. Also came with parking for 1 car. List price was $899. This sold for $1,025,000. So it sold over asking, 4 days on the market. This closed last week. I believe this building was developed by Fields Development. They're a large developer in Hoboken. They built many buildings, especially on this Jefferson Street, 9th and Jefferson area. They developed several properties in that neighborhood. And this 2-bedroom with parking has sold over asking over at 904 Jefferson for $1,025,000. Moving into downtown Jersey City over at Gulls Cove, 201 Marin Boulevard, unit 1411. I don't have interior photos of this, but here you have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,489 square foot unit. List price was $1,450,000. It sold a little over asking for $1,455,000. Also came with parking for 1 car. Gulls Cove built in 2 separate phases. You have phase 1 here, which is built around 2006. Phase 2, which is built around 2012. Concierge building. They have on-site residence lounge, like a game room on the 1st floor, a fitness center. There's a putting green, common space up here. As I mentioned, 24-hour concierge as well in the building. So right near the light rail, right across from the light rail, actually, in Liberty State Park area. And then down the block is Grove Street Path. So you're very close to Grove Street as well. So this 2-bedroom has sold over, I don't have interior photos, but it sold for $1,455,000 over at Gulls Cove. Not far from Gulls Cove, over at 88 Morgan Street. Here you have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 792 square foot unit. List price was $799. It sold for $775,000. 88 days on the market. This is unit 2207. So 07 is on the south side of the building. So here you have you also have a partial city view. So you have a view of World Financial. This building was built around 2006. 24-hour concierge. They have a large level of amenities here: outdoor pool, fitness center, residence lounge. There's like an indoor spa area with a hot tub and grotto, business center, kitchenette area, residence lounge. You could reserve a game room. So a big amenity-driven building. And this was a south-facing unit. This vacant lot, which is south of it, will be developed in the future. But you do currently have a view of the Statue of Liberty here. And this has sold over at 88 Morgan for $775,000. Also on the Hudson River waterfront in the Exchange Place section, not far from 88 Morgan, you have 99 Hudson Street, which is the tallest residential building in downtown Jersey City. Here you have 2-bedroom, 2-bath, unit 2902, 1,137 square feet. List price was $1,338,000, and it sold for $1,338,000. Did not come with parking. This is a unit from the developer. The developer still has inventory that they haven't sold yet. And here you have a 2-bedroom with a city view. It looks like this unit was on the northeast side of the building. The way the building is set up, the 2 bedrooms are on the east side. So you have northeast, directly east, or southeast side. And then the 1 bedrooms are in the northwest, southwest, or directly west orientations. There's also studios in the building, which are on the western part of the building, or the property, I should say, because the studios are actually in a separate building, which are on Green Street, which are west of the parking garage. But in the tower portion of the building is where you have your 1 and 2 bedroom layouts. And this was in the tower portion. And this is sold over at 99 Hudson Street for $1,338,000. Over at 151 Bay Street, this is Toll Brothers' latest new construction building. You have unit 905. List price was $1,065,000. It sold for full price, $1,065,000. It's a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 785 square foot unit on the market 50 days. This is in the Powerhouse Arts District, not far from Grove Street Path Station. Toll Brothers built several buildings in this neighborhood, including 151 Bay, which is this building. They also built 10 Provost Street, which is a similar building to this, which is right across the street. And this building is a concierge building. You have an outdoor pool, fitness center, large residence lounge. Amenities are on many different levels in the building. There's also a sky lounge on the top floor. And there's on-site parking. Some owners had the option to purchase parking. You can also rent parking on-site as well. And this is sold over at 151 Bay for $1,065,000. And finally, over at the Shore Club, 1 Shore Lane, 2511. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,270 square foot unit. I don't have interior photos. This was on the market 18 days. List price was $1,225,000, and it sold for $1,215,000 over at the Shore Club. Shore Club made up of 2 separate towers, 1 Shore Lane and 20 Newport Parkway. 1 Shore Lane is the north tower, 20 Newport Parkway is the south tower. They are connected here. You can connect actually on the 3rd floor. But this unit was in the North Tower, which is 1 Shore Lane, and it sold for $1,215,000. Shore Club was developed around 2006 by LaFrac, who has developed the majority of the properties in the Newport section of Jersey City. Link down below here on YouTube will be most of the major buildings that I discussed will be linked down below from my website, livingonthehudson.com, where you can check out other units that may be available for sale or for rent, or units that have recently sold. Also linked down below will be the market stats, as well as the article here on the new property coming into Journal Square. These videos come out every Monday. If you have any questions about the Hudson County real estate market, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe down below. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.